So now I will start with the concept circular linked list. So far, that is in the previous lectures, we have seen the single linked list concept. In the single linked list, there will be a uh, there will be a particular node which consisting of data and address to the next location, data and address to the next location. So so whenever you want to search an element in the single linked list, you can move in the forward direction, but however you cannot get into the reverse direction because only the forward link is available. That is the reason to overcome this, we have taken the advantage of the double linked list. Anyhow, the double linked list will be discussed in the next lecture. In the double linked list, we will maintain two pointers. That is one for forward pointer, another is for getting the reverse into the list, or reverse traversing the reverse of the list. So whenever the list length is more, or if the list length is increasing, what is happening means, so just for coming back, we need to use a previous link for every node. Previous link in the sense we need to capture the, or we need to record the memory of or address of the previous node. Just to come back, what we are going to do is we are going to maintain previous link. So this, with this, what is happening is for every node, some memory is going to be wasted. So that is the reason, in order to overcome this, we have moved on to the circular linked list. In the circular linked list, the basic structure of the circular linked list is, it is just like a single linked list only, but the last node of the single linked list will point to the first node. So thereby a circular fashion will be observed. So in the design of the list or in the arrangement of the list. So thereby what will happen, even though you move till the end of the list, if you want to come forward, then immediately the last node next will become head, then you can start again traversing. So this is the way how you can overcome the additional memory that is to be placed for the double linked list. As like a single linked list, the circular linked list is also having the uh, independent nodes, and these nodes are having the two slots such as data and address to the next location. Here, the last node contains the address of the first node in the next part. So this is here, this is the node 1, node 4 and node 8. Node 8 address, node 8 next, usually in single linked list, it will be pointing to null. But in case of circular linked list, the last node next address is pointing to the first node address. So this is the way how the circular linked list will be arranged. The whatever the operations that you have seen in the single linked list, all these operations are possible with the circular linked list. That is creation of node. Next one is insertion operations, deletion operations, and display operations, search operations. All these operations are possible with on the circular linked list. So first one is creation of node. Next one is insertion. Again, in insertion, you will be having the inserting at a beginning, inserting at middle at a particular position, inserting at end, and next one is removing at begin, removing at end, removing at a particular position. So these are quite common functions. These are quite common functions in the circular linked list also. So as we have discussed just now, the circular linked list node also looks like the single linked list node. So there is no difference in the structure of the structure of a node in the circular linked list. The same node structure that is used in the single linked list will be used. That is struct node int num struct node star next. So the creation of circular linked list, in order to go for this, first you declare the structure of the node, and structure nodes. Obviously, there will be a head pointer. Always we have to start from the head pointer, and we need to move it. As I told you, why I am discussing this linked list concept. In the circular linked list, if sometimes if you miss or if you feel that, or the programmer feel that they are ending in the infinite loop, so they need to remember a node address, so which is called sentinel node, so that if they feel that if they are ending with the circular, infinite loop, then they can come back to the sentinel node and may iterate again. So in the same way, instead of a sentinel node, we may consider a head node as a sentinel node. So always you keep the head node always in a reserved position, so that if you feel that during the programming, sometimes if you fell into the infinite loop, then recall the head node address and and you feel that whenever you feel that this particular uh, infinite loop is going to be repeated, then recall the head node address and start iterating from the head node. So this is the way how uh, the circular linked list will go on. So that is the reason we have created a head node, temporary node especially to go for manipulation. Next one is creation of node. Creation of node, whatever if there exists if there exists no node, then whatever the node you newly create is the starting node. So in case of circular linked list, what you are supposed to do is whatever the newly created node is there, the newly created node next again should be pointed to the same node. So that is reason, if the head is not equal to if the head is not equal to null, here we are supposed to go for two things here, whether the head is equal to null or head is not equal to null. So that is the reason first you create a memory for the node, then allocate the data value for the particular node, then the newly created nodes next is equal to head. That is the same node again pointing to the same node again. So like that, the newly created node again pointing to itself, because the next node again should point to the head. So if the head is not equal to null, then temp next is equal to new node, temp is equal to new node. Otherwise, what will happen? Head is equal to temp is equal to new node. Whatever the newly created node itself is the temp and itself is the head. Next one is traversing the list. So in order to traverse the list, temp is equal to head, while temp next not equal to head, we need to traverse it, because whenever you reach the end of the list, and since end of the list is again pointing to the head, so obviously you have to check condition that while temp is not equal to next or not, temp next not equal to head or not. If the temp next not equal to head, then till the time you need to iterate it. So since you have came up to the last node and you are checking whether temp next is equal to head or not, that is not equal to head or not, that means whenever it reaches to the last node, this loop will end. But since the last node, whenever it reaches the last node, the this particular condition will fail, because the temp node next is equal to head. That is the reason this node will head. This particular condition will fail. Whenever this condition is failed, then last node cannot be displayed. Our last node data cannot be displayed. So that is the reason after this while statement, we have written printf %d temp num. So whenever it reaches to the last node data to be printed, since the condition will be failed here, so that is the reason we need to check this particular thing. So that is the reason we have written this temp num at the after this particular while statement. So this is what we call traversing of the circular linked list. Next one is inserting at begin. Whenever you insert any node at the begin, so obviously the newly created node will become the head node. Whenever newly created node becomes the head node, obviously the last node should point to the newly created node, but not the old head node. So this must be taken care. Uh, so that the newly created node will become the head, and the last node next will point to the newly created node. So this must be taken care in the programming. So for that, inserting node at begin, the obviously you are supposed to create the node newly a node to be created, and check whether the head is null or not. If the head is null, then the newly created node is the head. Otherwise, if the head is equal to null, then newly created node is the head. And you look at here, newly created node next is equal to again newly created node. That means if there is no node exists in the list, then whatever the newly created node itself is the head node, and the head node again next will point to the same node. If head is not null, then go for iteration by keeping the head in temporary. How long you need to iterate? Till the end of the list you iterate, and end of the list next, that is end of the list means end nodes next is pointing to the newly created node, and newly created node next will be pointing to the head node, and you finally, once it is made, then you make the head node as the newly created node. So this is the way how the inserting at beginning will take place. Next is insert at end. Insert at end also is like that only. You have to traverse till the end of the list. Then whatever the newly created node is there, that you need to place at the end of the list. And the newly created nodes next must point to the head. So this is the thing you're supposed to take care of in case of inserting at end. So what is the thing you are supposed to take care of is, first one, you have to traverse the list till the end of the list. Then you create a new node, and the last nodes next should point to the new node, and the new nodes next should point to the head node. So these operations to be performed: traversing till the end of the list, and the end nodes next should point to the newly created node, and newly created nodes next point to the head node. This operation must be performed. So if the head is not equal, if the head is null, whatever the newly created node is there, that is the head node. Okay. Otherwise, you traverse till the end of the list. When can you say that the end of list is reached? Temp next not equal to head. Temp is equal to temp next. So till the time you need to move on. So you will reach to the last node. Last nodes, that is temp last nodes next is equal to newly created node, and newly created nodes next is equal to head. So this is the way with simple additional statement need to be added so that the last nodes next will be pointing to the head. Next is insertion at a specified position. So it is just like single linked list only. If the position is equal to 1, same operation you are supposed to do. What is the operation you are supposed to do? Insert at begin. So anyhow, we have seen the insert at begin previously. The same function to be called here. If the position is last position, then insert at end. If the position is not the first position and last position, then normal operation you can do it. Whatever the operation that you do in the single linked list, same operation you are supposed to do here. That is, you have to traverse till position -1. So for example, 5 is the node you are supposed to insert. So you have to move till the fourth node. Then fourth nodes next should point to the newly created node. Newly created nodes point next should be pointing to the fourth node's next node. So thereby what will happen? This link will be broken, and node 4 will be having the next node address as the fifth node, and fifth node node 5 address next node will point to the sixth node, that is 300, address 300 here. So this is the way node position will be done, and the removing of a node at a particular position is also same thing. You are supposed to traverse till the position -1. Then if the position is equal to 1, obviously removing at end beginning. If the position is equal to length of the list, inside removing it end. And if the position is particular position between the starting position and the ending position, the same operation that you do in the single linked list, the same operation you are supposed to do here also. The only thing is we need to take care of at the beginning and at the ending of the list, because ending always will point to the head node, and if you do any manipulation at the beginning, then the head node will be get disturbed. So that is the reason you need to take care of the beginning and at ending. So whenever you take care of this beginning and ending, the rest of the code is similarly looks like single linked list only. But the only thing is the main focus is on the last node at the and the first node. If you do any operation in the middle, you can do normally like a single linked list. So void inserted position. So the same inserted position just now what I told you, the same thing you are supposed to do here. And delete from beginning. So whenever you delete any node from the beginning, so obviously the next node must be pointing to the head, and the last node next should point to the newly created head node, so that this node will be removed from the list. So these operations you must be taken care in order to do this particular in order to implement these operations. Next is deletion at the beginning. The code is like this. And delete from end. So whenever you delete at end, that means last node if you want to delete, since the last node's next is pointing to the head node, so since the last node to be removed, you have to stop iteration at the last node minus one. That means last node position one. That means you have to stop at last node, last but one node. That is this node, and this node's next must be pointing to the node that you want to delete. Its next should be pointing to this one. So thereby what will happen, the last nodes, last but one nodes next will point to the head node. So this is the thing you are supposed to keep in mind in while doing programs. Next one is a deletion from the specific position. If the position asked is 1, then you have to call the simply remove from the beginning. If the position is equal to last position, then remove at end. If it is a middle position, same like single linked list you are supposed to do. You have to traverse position minus 1. Then position minus 1's next will be pointing to the removing nodes next, so that the link will be established between the position minus 1 node to the position plus 1 node. So thereby the deletion will take place in the middle of the list or a particular position. So this is the way how the circular linked list operations will be performed. And whatever the single linked list code that you have seen so far, the same single linked list code can be used for the circular linked list also. But the only thing is you are supposed to take care of the last node and first node. As I told you just now, the circular linked list implementation will also looks like the single linked list implementation only. But the only thing is you need to take care of the last node and the first node. So this is the sll.c file that is already available and explained in the last video, that is last lecture. So the same code I am using for implementing the circular linked list. So just what I am doing is I am saving it as save file as cll.c, circular linked list.c. So this is circular linked list operation implementation. Again, in the circular linked list, you will find creation of node, insertion, removal, traversal, printing of list, list length. Here there is no difference in the structure of the node. Structure of node is same, and also we require head node. The head node is same. The head node declaration is same, and we require node star create node same. The function is same. E is empty. Display inserted begin, inserted end, inserted position. So all these are of same functions that we can use with this. So creation of node, this is also same. We can create whatever the node. Whenever you create a node, it will be having a data item or a particular value and address to the next location. The address to the next location is I made it as null by default. The reason is depending upon the situation, I will assign the next value. And next one is checking whether the node is empty or not. If the node is empty, then when can you say that a node is empty? When head is equal to null. So the same function, I am not disturbing this function. Next is display. So in order to display it, so before moving to display, I will go to the insert at begin. So when can you say that node can be inserted at begin? So in order to insert at begin, first of all, you are supposed to check whether the list is empty or not empty. If the list is not empty, then whatever the newly created node is there, that node is the beginning node. Or if the list is not empty, then you are supposed to create you are supposed to newly create node, and the newly created node next must be head node, and the last node of the list must be pointing to the head node. Otherwise, what will happen? Whatever the newly created node is there, that is the starting node. So that is the reason. First, I will do the manipulation uh, for the condition that when the list is empty. If the list is empty, then temp is equal to create node of value. Whatever the node value that you create is the temporary node. Now, obviously, temporary node next should also point to the same node because it is circular linked list, and head is equal to temp. So with this, I have done the first node, that is the node that was which is the starting node. Now assume that there exists already some elements in the list. Now you want to insert a node at the beginning of the list. That means if the list is not empty, so that newly created node, temporary node is equal to create node. So it is fine. Up to here it is fine. Temp next is equal to head. This is also fine. But the last node of the list must point to the newly created node. So how can you do this? You have to traverse the till end of the list. So in order to do that, I will write a function here. The function is move end. That means you are supposed to move till the end of the list, and I need to get the last node's address. So node star move end. So I'm going to define this function node star move end, node star move end. Here, as usual, node star temp is equal to null. If not is empty, then do the operation. What is the operation you are supposed to do is for temp is equal to head, temp next not equal to head, temp is equal to temp next. So this is the for loop I am writing. Here I am not opening the brackets and closing the brackets. Simply I am keeping the semicolon. So what is the meaning of this? This for loop will execute. Whenever you keep the semicolon here, this for loop will execute, but will stop when the condition is met. Okay. So the for loop, that means in order to iterate till the end of the node, I can use the for loop like this. I no need to use the while loop also. I can use the for loop simply like this. Initialization, that is temp is equal to head, condition, termination condition, temp next not equal to head, temp is equal to temp next. So the iterations will perform. Since the semicolon is there, no further statements will be executed. So this particular for loop will execute till the end of till the condition is reached. So whenever the condition is reached, the temp consisting of the last node. The temp is the one which is consisting of the last node's address. So return temp. So the last node address is returned. So that it means that you have moved till the end of the list. else if the list is not if the list is empty, return null. So this will help us in avoiding so much code, because no need to repeat again and again code again and again. So this will help us in doing this particular task. So here temp is equal to create node of val, temp next is equal to head. Okay, temp next is equal to head. But the last nodes next must be pointing to the head. So that reason node star nn is equal to move end. So last node address we got here. Where we got in this? We got this particular last node address in the nn, the temporary node that what I have created now. So nn next must point to temp. So because this is a newly created node. And finally you make the newly created node as the head node. That's all. With this inserting at beginning will be over. So we did inserting at beginning. So again I am repeating, inserting at begin means temp is equal to you create a node, may call it as temp. The whatever the node you have created, its next must be pointing to the head. But since the list exists, the last node should also pointing to the head node. So the reason I have moved till the last node. In order to move till the last node, I have created a function called move end. What it will do means it will traverse till the end of the list. So after moving to the end of the list, the last node's address will be returned. So the last node address is placed in the nn now. Nn next is pointing to the temp, and finally you make the temp as head. So thereby what will happen? The uh, the node will be inserted successfully into the at the beginning of the circular linked list. Next, since it was inserted, I want to check whether the thing is working fine or not. So for that, what I did is, what I will do is void display. In order to display this, first you have to check whether the list is not empty or not. If the list is not empty, as usual, temp is equal to head. So how long you are supposed to move till the end of, how long you are supposed to move the list so that the display can be done. You have to move list till temp next not equal to head. Temp next not equal to head, you are supposed to move it. So whenever you do this, the last node, whenever it reaches the last node, obviously last node next is equal to head. This loop will exit. So that is why last node cannot be printed. So the reason here what I did is I will add the same printf statement, because the temp consisting of the last node. So I will place the temp data here. Thereby what will happen? Since the iteration will stop at the last node, so the last node's data will also be printed. So this is the way display function will work. So these are the small modifications you are supposed to do in the circular linked list by taking the single linked list code. Now we'll move on to the main method. Here we have implemented only insert at begin and display function. We have not used remove at begin. So what I am doing is I am putting these things in the comment so that these functions will not execute. Whenever these functions are implemented, we are going to uncomment these things so that we can see the output of the code. Now, since the insert at beginning is there, it has to print 40, 30, 20, 10 as the output. Let we'll see whether we'll get the output or not. Yeah, we got this output 40, 30, 20, and 10. Okay, so that means whatever the code that you have written is successful now. So since we have written the insert at begin, we'll try to implement the remove at begin. So in order to remove at begin, obviously you can remove the node at begin, but the last node address will point to the the removed node's next one, because you will make the removed node next to next address as the head node. So that is the reason the same code that we'll use, whatever you have used here, we'll use here also. So in order to remove the node at begin, whenever the first node is removed, because first node is the head node, whenever you remove the head node, obviously the last node will also point to the head node so that it will be get disturbed. So the reason what we do is we'll move the we'll create a temporary node here, node star nn is equal to move end. That means the nn consisting of now the last node in the list. Now the last node in the list is there. Now temp is equal to head. Okay, head is equal to temp next. At the same time, nn next is equal to head is equal to temp next. So that means the last node's next is equal to whatever the node that you want to assign. That is always the assignment will be from right to left. Temp next means the head next will be the temp next. The temp next you are making it as head, and the same address you are keeping in the last nodes next. Since we have assigned this into the nn next, so int value is equal to temp data, whatever the temporary value that you have assigned, the temp data, and finally you free the temp. Thereby what will happen? Thereby what will happen? The first node will be freed. Since the first node is freed, the first node corresponding value will be returned. So this is possible if the list is not empty. If the list is empty, you return some error code like this. So this is a simple modification we did. What is the thing? We have added this new statement, node star nn is equal to move end. We have moved till the end of the list, and end of the list next node is equal to the first node was deleted. So the first node's next node will become head, and its address will be assigned to that. So this is a simple statement I have assigned here. Okay. So now we'll see whether this particular remove at begin will work or not. So I will uncomment this one. So now we'll run the code. Well, so this is the output we got 40, 30, 20, 10. At the beginning we have inserted. Then the node at begin will be removed. That is 40 is removed. And after removing of 40, we got the elements 30, 20 and 10. So far we have seen the inserting at begin and inserting at removing at begin. So these are the two functions we have implemented. At the same time, we have also implemented display function. Next, we will implement the removing at end. So whenever you next we will implement the insert at end. Insert at end means whatever you are supposed to traverse till the end of the list, and there you have to create a node, and that node's next must be head. That is, if whenever you have the list, complete list. If you don't have any list, then whatever the node that you create is the starting node. So temp first will complete the by assuming that there is no list. So temp next is equal to temp, because if you have one node, then it's itself its next it is itself it is itself. So that means whenever you create a node, then its next is its address only. So this is with this our thing was completed. That is, if there is no list, that means the node what we are going to create is the starting node. If the list is not empty, then you have to traverse till the end of the list. So we have to traverse till the end of the list. That is, temp next is equal to create a node. Then either you may use this, or already we have created move end. Move end. Temp is equal to move end. So now we got the last node. So last node's next is equal to create node value. So before that, what I'll do is instead of create node value here, what I do is I will create a temporary node star nn is equal to create node value temp next, that is last node next is nn, and before this what we do is nn next, that means new node next should point to the head node, and temp next that is temp means the last node, so the last node next point to the nn, then simply return. The control will be shifted to the calling function. So this is the inserting at end. That means first we have moved till the end, then we have created a node, and the newly created nodes next is head, and last nodes next is newly created node. This is the way inserting at end was completed. Now insert at end is there. Let we'll uncomment this. So display. So this is the inserting at end. Now we'll run this code and we'll see whether we'll get the proper output or not. So the output what we are supposed to get is 30, 20, 10, then 15, 25, 35. Well, we got the output as 30, 20, 10, 15, 25, 35. So this is the way how inserting at a end will be done. So while removing the node at end, if there is no list available, obviously it will return an error code minus 999 like that. If the list is there, then assign the head to temp, then move till the last but one node. So that is the reason just we can remove this last but one node, so that I less than list length means last but one node will get it, because last node is list length minus one. That is since it is not equal to less than, it is only I less than list length. So the reason it will stop at the one node before the last node. Before moving forward, since this remove at end is using list length, that will modify the list length according to the circular linked list requirement. So the list length, that means we need to calculate how many number of nodes are there in the circular linked list. So for that, integer list length node star temp is equal to null, integer count is equal to 0. If the list is not empty, then only we will go for temp calculation. So in this temp is equal to head, while temp count plus plus temp is equal to temp next. So this count plus plus will go up to temp is equal to temp next. That means till you reach the since this is the function, this is the code which was written for the single linked list. Obviously, last node will become null. That is the reason we'll get a while temp. But in the case of circular linked list, last node's next is pointing to the head, so it may fall into infinite loop. So that reason, what we'll do is we'll can do like this. We may use simple for loop like this, or else for int I is equal to 0, comma temp is equal to head. Okay, temp is equal to head, and temp next not equal to head. That means we need to iterate till temp next not equal to head. Then temp is equal to temp next, comma here I is equal to 0 is not required because already we have initialized the count. We have already initialized the count. So comma count plus plus. So thereby what will happen? It will move till the end of the list, and whenever head next is equal to temp, temp next is equal to head, then the loop will stop till the time the count value increments. Whenever the count value increments, that what is the meaning of this is that many nodes are there in the list. So thereby it returns the count. Once the loop is executed, then you will get the list length. So anyhow, uh, so we'll get the list, proper list here. So we need to move till one node before the list. So the last but one node. So list length we'll get. So we'll stop at the last but one node. Then the last but one node's next is the node that what we want to remove. That is the last node. So the last node, last but one node's next means last node was kept in the TT, some temporary node, and we are going to get the temporary last node's data into value. So that this value will be returned. So last but one node next is equal to what I am going to do is in the single linked list here null is there, null will be there. It will replace with tt hyphen next. That means last but one node next is equal to last nodes next. So now the last but one nodes next to head node will be link will be established. The last node will be removed by using this free function. Now we'll see our code will result into the output or not. So for this, let will uncomment the thing and we'll place here. So printf %d remove at end and display. So well, we got 30, 20, 10, 15, 25, 35 is the list before removal because 15, 25, 35 was added at the end of the list. Then the last node was removed, that is 35, because remove at the end. That means 35 value, 35 node, node 35 was removed. Then after that, leftover list is 30, 20, 10, 15, 20. So this is the way how the removing at end will be done. So for that, the supporting function also to be modified to suit the circular linked list arrangement. Next, we left with the inserting at a particular position and removing the node at a particular position. Now we'll see inserting an element at a particular position. In case of insert at a particular position, much effort is not required because the single linked list function, the same function can be used here as it is with small modification. We'll see that here when the position is equal to 1 to be the node, the newly created node to be inserted at the position 1, simply you call the function insert at begin. Else go to the position -1. That means iterate the head value till the position -1 and create a node here, and the node next should be the position -1's next, and position -1's next point should point to the new node. So the same thing was given written was typed here. Node start it is equal to create node value. Some node was created here, and node star n is equal to temp node next. tt next is equal to tn, and temp next is equal to tt. That's all. You no need to make any change of the single linked list inserted position function, but else part we need to do some modification. The reason is in the else part we are supposed to do like this: temp is equal to create node temp next, because if it is a starting node, then temp next is equal to temp and head is equal to temp and head is equal to temp. That's all. This is the only modification we need to do, and we'll see the output now. So for this, uncomment the two statements which are related to the inserting at position, and now save the file and run the code. Well, here is the output. That means the node 55 is inserted at the position 3, right? So now we'll move on to the removing at a particular position. Do we need to make any changes in remove at position? Obviously, no. There are no significant changes to be done in the remove at position. Whatever the function that you use in the single linked list, the same function can be used here also. Here, if the position is equal to 1, obviously remove at begin. Already we have written the remove at begin function. Then otherwise, assign the head to temp. Then iterate till the position -1. Then the temporary node is equal to the node before the position. Next will be kept in temporary node because that need to be deleted. It's we are going to get the value of the tn. So we got this value. Then the position -1 next will be pointing to the node that we are going to delete. It's next. Once the link is established, free the tn. That is, memory will be deallocated for the tn. So the node will be removed from the linked list. So let will see output of this particular code. That will uncomment the thing and save this and run the code. Good. So removed node is 55 because we have inserted 55 at position 3. The same node was removed from the list. So the required functions of the circular linked list, such as inserting at begin, inserting at end, inserting at position, removing at begin, removing at end, and removing at position. List length, some supporting functions like list length, such list, display, isEmpty, move, and these are the helper functions. These functions have been implemented successfully. Now, like a single linked list program, your task is also to create a menu which will take the input from the user and based upon the user input, either to go for insertion or removal operation. So for that, you need to use a do while loop and a menu driven, and you keep the menu items like 1 is insertion, 2 is inserted begin, inserted dig, and like that, and implement the full length code. Or anyhow, full length code I have already implemented. Only thing is you are supposed to do the full length implementation of the main method. So that's all for the circular linked list. We'll see with another concept in the next lecture.